my sister, Jacqie Rivera Campos.
I'm so grateful for this moment. I'm glad that we're setting it straight. Because people need to know I was your bestest friend.
Now you're CEO of Jenni Rivera Enterprises.
I feel like I was the right person for the job, and I didn't know that a year ago.
Sister, so tell us, how do you do it?
Now I completely understand why Mom always woke up early. That lady was always up before everyone. And I'm like, why doesn't she sleep?
For real. Hello, my beautiful people. ¿Cómo están? Espero que estén muy bien. Welcome to today's episode of Chiquis and Chill. I'm so happy you're here. Today, I'm going to be joined by one of my siblings to talk about our relationship and how she juggles being a mom, a wife, and the CEO of Jenni Rivera Enterprises. I think you'll really enjoy this episode. So let's get right into it. This is Chiquis and Chill. You guys, I am so excited to have my sister, Jacqie Rivera Campos. That's correct, right, sister?
Yes.
Jacqie Rivera Campos.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, perfect. Because she is married, my sister. So we don't hear from Jacqie too often. So this is a very rare and amazing opportunity. So Jacqie, welcome to Chiquis and Chill, sister.
Oh, thank you, sister. Thank you, big. I'm so happy to be here.
Oh, of course. I love you. I'm so happy we were able to make it happen. And you guys, Jacqie doesn't spell her name like regular Jackies, like Jackie. She spells it Jacqie.
Yes.
Just so that you know how different my sister is.
Thank you, sister. Thank you for putting some respect on my name.
I know. Sometimes she was here at my house the other day, and I have a pet peeve when people leave their water bottles like half empty or half full. So I put her name, I put Jax, and she's like, this is not how you spell my name. She was very upset. So I said, oh shit, let me just say that on the podcast so people are aware.
Thank you, sister.
You're like Mom when they used to put a Y instead of an
Y
I
at
on
the
Jenni.
end. Yeah.
Yeah, she hated it. Yeah, I think it's perfect. It's very you, very cute. Jackie has always been different.
Appreciate it.
Okay, so I'm the eldest, and Jackie and I are about 4 years apart. 4 years, right? Yeah, 4 years.
Yep, 4 years.
And I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, sister, but since I was the oldest and I think, so scared of Mom, like I wanted her approval. You were kind of more of like the rebel. You're like, I don't want to be like I always wanted to kind of do things right and make Mom happy and kind of like a little soldier. And you were like,
I don't give a damn.
I don't give a damn. She would go to school and wear her undies on top of her pants and wear tutus. And
I was so pissed.
Why? Pissed at what?
Because I wanted to be different. Or maybe it's like I wanted to be seen. I don't know.
Yeah. See, and I think that this is this is actually a great conversation. I wasn't even planning on having this, but it might be like because I think it caused some friction, because I don't want to say tension, but maybe friction in our relationship, because I was the eldest. My mom expected a lot from me. And I think my mom gave me a lot of attention, not because she loved me more, but because I had so many responsibilities since I was little. So I think you always felt like, hello, existo, I'm here. Like, you know what I mean? Like you, I think, were more rebellious. I wanted to be rebellious, and I was rebellious, but very secretly, like a lot of things that Mom, and you were just I would do things that Mom, she never even knew about. But like you were all about it, like loud and like I am who I am, not knowing that like Mom appreciated that. Mom was like, she's like me. She doesn't give a shit. Like she's going to do whatever she wants. She's going to make it in life. Because she's a rebel, es una rebelde. She would tell me that. And I was always more like a little bit more like, I don't know. Now I'm different, but I don't know.
I think you were that way because we needed some stability. Like I remember you getting us ready for school, you getting me ready for picture days, you know, just making sure everything was good, making sure everyone did their homework, so that you had to be the stability. Not that Mom wasn't stable, but she was working.
She was doing her thing, yeah.
So then for me, I think it kind of made me feel like I don't know what I have to offer, because that position was already taken. Like the fact that Mom could lean on you, can count on you, you know, you were the stable one.
Yeah.
So I guess I was kind of like, well, I'm going to be the crazy one or the wild one or do whatever, you know?
One. And it's crazy now that like we're talking about it, like, and I want to kind of set the you know, the record straight, because I think on social media, people have tried to cause this division between us. Yes.
It pisses
and it's
me
so
off.
annoying. Yeah, I know. And we've talked about it. And sometimes I have fallen into like, you know, like reading certain things. This was before, because I haven't like maybe like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, where I would be like, and it would cause like that distance between us until I got smart. And I'm like, I just need to talk to my sister and ask her straight up, like, you know, and we learned. But it's also because we exposed our life, and especially with the reality show, and we shared things that people probably didn't have to know, but because we want to change the world, we shared intimate moments that we had, that things that happened. And I think every family, every sister, like sisters go through this. Yeah. We just happened to put it out there on cameras. So people kind of started choosing sides. And I'm like, dude, it's not about that. It's not about having sides and trying to put us against each other. Yeah. You know?
I'm so grateful for this moment, because it is frustrating. Like, people come and comment, or, you know, like there's people that have like TikToks of them reading your book, like they're making it like audio version. So then I get tagged on like the parts where there's about me, and I'm like, dude, we're so past this, you know, we're so past like the little moments that we've had, which is like, and I'm glad for our communication, because some people don't talk forever, but I'm like, no, we're fighting for our relationship, and we're not there anymore. And I'm just, you know, I'm grateful for that. But it does come up a few times. I'm like, whatever. I used to like want to clarify, but I'm like, dude, I don't even know these people. Like, I'm never going to see this person ever in my whole life. But I think naturally, because we're human, like can be 100 positive comments, and then that one negative one that's against you or trying to cause division kind of is like the one that sticks. So I've had to learn to change that within myself. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, not everyone's going to be your number one fan. So I have to be okay with that. But I'm glad that we're setting it straight.
Yes.
Because people need to know I was your bestest friend.
Absolutely, you know? You were. So my very first best friend. My very first best friend, my bestest friend. And we have been very close, and we are very close. Like, I talk to my sister almost every other day, every day. Like, thank God my siblings and I are very, very close. And I wanted to apologize to you, sister, because you were okay with it. When I wrote Forgiveness, the very first book, I was like, sister, I'm going to talk about this because that's part of my journey, but I wasn't doing it to make anybody look bad. It was because I needed to heal, and I needed to also hopefully help people. So hopefully, if you guys haven't read the book and you're going to read it, or any of my books, that you understand, you guys, that it's a way of just desahogándome and expressing something that happened. But my sister, my siblings, and I think are better than ever. And I wanted to just put that out there. And I'm not ever going to be okay with anyone attacking any of my siblings, any of them. So when I see certain things and it pisses me off, and I'm like, I just want to go and tell everyone, like, but I'm like, you know what? It's okay. We know we're fine. But I didn't want to put that out there.
Sister.
Okay. Of course. I love you so much.
I appreciate that.
And now we got that out of the way. Now we can talk about the mother, because Jacqie became a mom at, you were what, 20, sister?
Yeah, 3 days before I turned 20. That was tough.
Yeah. And she told me,
why am I going to cry?
Oh, I remember that day when you took a pregnancy test, and you're like, how am I going to tell mom? How am I going to tell mom? I was like, because I know the soft spot mom had for you, where she was like, she saw so much of herself in you that I knew you were so scared to tell her. And I remember
we took a pregnancy test together, remember?
Yeah.
You took me, I don't know if it was CVS or Walgreens, I don't know what, but I'm like, just take one with me. And you're like, okay, fine. So we take it together, and then
we took it together. I was like, well, and you're like, oh my God, mine looks different from yours. And I'm like, oh shit, she's pregnant. But thank God, because it changed my mother's freaking world, you guys. I remember mom was taking a nap in her room, and she's like, how am I going to tell mom? And I'm like, I don't know. You just got to freaking tell her. It's okay. You're going to be fine. Like,
you pushed me. I remember.
I pushed her. I literally pushed her into the room. I said, okay, here. And she's like, stayed quiet with her little face.
And mom was in the bed.
Like, what?
We're just staring at her.
She was kind of she was waking up, say, what's going on? I said, Jacqie has something to tell you. She's like, Mija, what? What's going on? I'm pregnant. And she said, and I remember, and we were all crying. Mom's like, oh, Mija, come here. That's all? So she hugged her. She's like, it's okay. We'll figure it out. And let's be honest, if it would have been me pregnant, my mom would have been very pissed. But with Jacqie, it's just, I think it happened all the way it was supposed to happen. The way, like, Jayla came into our lives and changed our lives completely. And now Jacqie has 4 kids. So there's Jayla, there's Genevieve, Jordan, and Julian.
Yes.
And now she's a wife. She is also, yes, you're a wife and you're a good wife, sister. You should be proud of yourself.
You know what? I feel really emotional because I think, like, right now that you said, you know, when I turned 19 or whatever, I got pregnant. I'm like, that's the moment, like, everything changed. Like, I remember we were always together. We were always, like, you know, doing everything together, getting our nails together, all these crazy things. And that's what shifted. Like, that's where, like, I stopped being your baby and then became a mom. And I'm like, dude, it's just crazy. Because I remember we used to tell each other, we're never going to get married and we're going to grow old together. And we're going to live in the same house. And now I went and just...
Sister, I know. I remember we would... Honestly, I did everything with you. And we would go... I had my little probe, my little Ford probe, the black one, to the club. I would take her to the clubs, you guys. I snuck out one day and this little bitch, she's like, I'm going to tell mom if you don't take me with you. And I was like, oh my God, in the middle of the night to go to the races, you guys. So here I am I was 14, taking my 10-year-old sister, sneaking her out of the window to go with me to the damn races at 2 o'clock in the morning. While my mom was asleep. She never found out about that.
I was wearing overalls.
I dressed her, so I would take her boyfriend.
I hated that guy.
Jose. They called him Wreck. He was like a freaking, I don't know, like a break dancer. So anyway, so we did do everything together. We would like drive and lay under the trees together and listen to music, and we would have our window put down moments. If the song was good, it's like, it's a window put down, let's put the window down. And we would sing. But then, then things shifted and you became a mom and you went through your things. Now you're CEO of Jacqie Rivera Enterprises, and I can't be more proud, you guys.
Thank you,
because
sister.
Earlier, when Jacqie said, you said something that stuck out to me when you're like, how can I be of assistance to mom? And I think you felt for a long time like I'm a little bit of an outsider, or because mom and I were so close and we did everything together, we built the empire, that you felt like, well, what am I, like, you know what I mean? Now, and it's crazy because I feel like Dios nunca se equivoca. Like, I'm doing my thing. I feel like I did my part with mom, and 100%. You came in and now you're doing, I don't know, you're so good at this. You're so fucking good. Like, I see the growth. There's times, you guys, when I'm like, sister, what's going on with this? Do I have to, like, I get upset? And she's like, don't worry. They're going to fucking be sorry they messed with us. This is Jacqie. She's, like, grown so much, like, from this shy girl to this whole ass woman and CEO. And I can't say it enough. I'm so freaking proud of you, Jacqueline. Like,
thank you, sister.
It's crazy. So tell us a little bit about that. How has that been for you?
Well, it's definitely been a learning curve. I remember when we had the discussion of me making the decision to, like, take the step and, like, okay, I wasn't sure if I could do it, to be honest. I was like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know. I guess because I've always been the type to, like, second guess myself. I think I do a pretty good front of, like, you know, a front, like, oh, I got this. But I feel like I've always been like, I don't know if I'm smart enough. I don't know if I'm brave enough. I don't know too much of this business because I've never liked the music business. I feel like it's just a mess. Yeah. But I remember, like, we had a conversation, all the siblings, and everyone's like, you can do it. And I'm like, okay, if they think I can do this, then maybe I can do this. And then the beginning of last year was just insane because there was, like, a lot of crying going on. There was a lot of, like, it's just really, really scary stepping into places with business people and just people who seem like they have it all together. And I felt like such a little person. But fast forwarding to the end of, you know, last year and now, I feel like I can sit in a place like that and know who I am and have my head held high and just being the authority. Like, maybe I don't have all the, you know, I don't know all the terms or I don't know everything, but I know who I am as Jenni's daughter. And I know that I can take these decisions and take it back to you guys. And you know, like, I just feel good. You know, I don't know. I feel like I found my voice. And even in that, like, I feel like you've had that moment with mom in the beginning. Like, I feel like you couldn't be who you are now if you weren't, you know, the second mom, if you weren't the one making the decisions. And for us, you know, like, you just gained that voice, and now even more after everything you've gone through. So I feel like I've had that moment as well. Obviously mom's not here to walk me through it, but I feel like I've had the moment where, like, no, you hold your head up high, you have a voice, you have authority, you are smart, you know. So I don't know, I'm for sure, I feel good.
You are the daughter of of a queen, of a woman that showed us so much, that showed me so much, that now I could, we've taught you guys. And I don't know, it's crazy because it's like you're 4 years younger than me, but I feel so freaking proud. Like if it was mom, like I'm like, dude, this is crazy how things work out. And one thing I did want to also say, because I have heard like a lot of people and even family members have said that they think that I was the one that made you step into this and caused Johnny to do the
I hate that.
Yeah, to ask for the accounting and stuff. And it was like, dude, if you guys only knew that's not the case. Jacqie was like, okay, well, things can be different. There are things that we're not happy with. And
yeah,
she's like, maybe it's my time. And we pushed her to it. We're like, yes, if you feel like, yeah, because she was always second after the previous trustee. She was always second, like on the will and on the trust and everything. So it was just a matter of Jacqie being ready. And
yeah,
she went in and she was honest and was like, I don't know. I'm like, well, we're going to help you. We're going to put the right people in. And you've done such a good job. And what I love about you in meetings that we've been at, and I've been there to see, is you ask questions. Like, you're not afraid. And that's something mom taught me. And I think that this is an important lesson for people. Like, if you sit in a room and there's something you don't understand, you're like, I'm sorry, but I don't know what that means. Can you explain it to me? Like, I've seen you say that, and that shows so much. There's so much strength and beauty in vulnerability. And I've seen you like, hey, I don't know what that means. Can you explain it? And that's beautiful, Jax, because that's you learning. And I'm like, dude, I'm like, we have meetings, you guys. We're like on a group chat or like on conversations, and my sister's like talking all this language, and I'm like, oh my God, I didn't even know that. You know what I mean? So I'm learning from you.
Thank you, sister.
It's good. And do you feel completely different from? It's been a year. It's been a year since you've been in this position. You're completely like, how do you feel now, like a year later?
I feel like I was the right person for the job. And I didn't know that a year ago. I remember I brought it up, and I was so nervous to bring it up to step into that place. But I did it like, cause I was just like, dude, like for years I knew that, okay, you're the next person up. But I was like, when I heard the previous trustee always, complaining, quejándose, like I just don't, I could have always stepped up, but I didn't feel that urge. But the previous, like not last year, but the year before, it was just crazy. We know how crazy that was. And I was like, someone needs to step in. And I felt it, like I felt like I have to do this. And having your guys' backup obviously really, really helped me believe in myself. And now a year later, I know. It's not like I believe, because believe is like, I don't know it yet, but I believe I could do it. Now I know. Like this is good. I can do this. And I feel like I'm the right person for the job, because it's not like, I don't want to say too much because it doesn't matter with the previous people, but I feel like I have a great relationship with my siblings, and it's like, I'm just the one spearheading, but it's all of us together. It's not like, I don't have a good relationship and I have to figure it out on my own. I don't know. I feel good.
You don't have like, what I love is like, you're not on a power trip. You're not like, it's not like an ego thing for you. You like,
100%.
You handle it with grace. And I'm not just saying it because she's my sister, you guys, but she's always praying. She doesn't make impulsive decisions. She's like always just, okay, wait, well, let me see what my siblings think. And we talk, literally sit at a table and we talk it through. And sometimes if we're outnumbered, and we go with whoever decided, like we respect each other that much. And I always tell my siblings, whether I'm the oldest or not, it's like, respect your sister's position, respect your sister. I understand you need to talk to her because it's a difficult thing. You're a sibling, but I also tell you, you are also a CEO. So you have to learn to balance that and not let emotions, because I think that's what happened previously with the previous administration, is too many emotions were involved. And it's like, wait, what's going to be best for the artist that you're representing? Yeah. And that's hard, but I think you've done it very well. And I think because we have so much respect for each other as a whole, that we're all like, okay, Jacqie is the leader and we got to respect that. And I think that that's important, you guys.
Thank you, sister. I really want to thank you for that, because that's really empowered me. You've always, you're the big sister, like you're the big sister. But when you've taken the decision to be like, no, like, you've said, what does Jacqie think? Or what does Jacqie say? Or no, you have to tell Jacqie. Like, those moments have really empowered me. And I want to say thank you for that, because for me, I think I've naturally like shrunk for whatever things in my life have happened. I've naturally just shrunk and made myself smaller. But when you make it very clear that it's my position. Those you maybe unconsciously or but it has empowered me. So I just want to say thank you for that.
You're so welcome, sister. And I promise you, I mean it. And I don't know how you do it. That's why I'm like, I don't know what it'd even be like. I don't even want to imagine, especially like right now, if I were in your position and I have no kids. Like, you are a full ass mother of 4 and you're a wife and you have your own business, De Colores, and you guys check that out. We'll give them all that information afterwards. But she has her own business of t-shirts, De Colores, and she also runs Jacqie Rivera Enterprises. And I feel like I'm busy, but I'm like, shit, how does my sister do it? There's times when she's texting me at 5 a.m, and I'm now starting to get up like that again now. But like, I'm like, dude, she's like, well, I have to work out before I go to work and have to take the kids to school. And I'm just like, she'll send us videos at 7 a.m. with all the kids and they're going to school. And I'm just like, how have you managed to juggle everything, sister? Like, being in such a strong position, having a husband to understand that's another thing, that I'm like, and I see Mike, her husband, you guys, I see the difference in him where he lets you be Jacqie and he lets you shine. And that takes a lot of balls in a man to say, I'm here, I'm going to take care of my kids, I'm going to let my wife do her thing, And she also sings. Oh my God, you guys. Sister, so tell us, how do you do it?
Oh my God. No, honestly, I think it's a accumulation of all those things, and now I completely understand why mom always woke up early. Like, that lady was always up before everyone. And I'm like, why doesn't she sleep?
For real.
And now I understand, like, it's the waking up early. It's honestly having Mike. He's 100% a completely different man. And he knows that whatever it is that he has that can help me, like, just be my person, he takes that so seriously and he does it with so much love that I can have the peace of mind that, my kids are being taken care of. Sometimes when I have late days, he handles it.
That's awesome.
So it's that and really just waking up early. And more than anything, I was very afraid. I didn't want to sacrifice my relationship with my kids. I know all of us had felt that when we were growing up. And that's always been like in the back of my head, even with the Colores, or when I made the decision to really focus on my music. I was like, I want to do this. It's my passion. It's what I love, but not at the expense of my relationship with my children. So I've always said, after 6 p.m., there's no work. I'm not working. And it's been really hard because there's always something that's a pressing issue, the decision that needs to be made now. But I've always told myself, it doesn't need to be made now. You want it to be now, but it doesn't have to be. So it could wait until tomorrow when it's work hours, because I need to help. I want to be there to help Jayla study for school, which I want you to know that she got honor roll again. So
my princess.
Yes, yay. I am a proud mother. But it's
she's my goddaughter, you guys.
Yes. So it's me making the conscious decision to, like, after 6, I'm not gonna answer any phone calls from any lawyers or anything like that, or on the weekends, like, I have that time with them and it's family time. But it's just reminding myself.
So scheduling. So you wake up early
100,
to have
me time,
work out, which is it's your you time. Okay, yeah, because I was going to ask you that, like, because I've noted, I'm like, okay, there, you have to have a schedule, like it's a routine, to say, okay, this is what's going to make me, Jacqie, happy, and then I have to make time for my kids, and I think it's super awesome. She was telling me the other day, we were eating or something, and she's like, yeah, she puts all of the kids' all of their phones at a, like, charging center where no one can grab it, right, or something like that. Can you explain that? Which I think is super cool.
Yeah. So for me, Jayla just got her phone. So I wanted to hold it off as much as I could. But now in the age that we're living in, she needs a phone. She's 13, which is not that bad because I think that's the age I had mine. But I don't want her to be addicted to the screen. And it's also helping me not be addicted to my screen. So we all charge our tablets, our phones in the same section. It's not even with me at nighttime. It's not even with her at nighttime. Everybody charges it in the same section. And we get to focus on us time. Family so everyone time. Is off their phone by 8 p.m.
Oh, nice.
And,
good.
It's a rule everybody knows. Yes. So.
And wow, I think that's awesome. I think everyone should practice that. I need to do that. Like, I really do. I've been wanting to put my phone in my bathroom, like, away from me for so long so that I'm not tempted to, like, like, when I'm I need to go to bed, you know, and I start thinking.
And then it also helps because the alarm is set up at a certain time. So I have to get up and disarm it. So I'm already out of bed. Yeah. And then we have to go to the gym. There we go.
Yeah, so that's good. Okay. And do you and Mike have like date nights?
We try to our best. Mikey actually did offer to take care of the kids so that me and Mike can have a date time, and we took advantage of that. Yeah, Mikey, our brother. But
yeah, for sure. Well, I think that's good. I think that you are definitely in a much better place in your relationship, and I just want to give a round of applause to Mike. Hopefully he hears my podcast, but I think that it's super awesome, you know, like that you freaking, Mike, if you're hearing, hopefully you do. Thank you for loving my sister, and I see the change and I love it, and I'm just happy, and I can't wait to go to the, like, you know, if you guys get married again. But
we are. We're going to renew our vows, and honestly, like, I'm so happy where we're at. So thank you for acknowledging that, sister. My husband, he's but it's like how you said, like, everything had to happen the way it did, and even us not being together for that long changed him, changed me. Now we came back together, and we're just a better team.
You were separated for how
3
long?
years. 3 years.
For 3 years. You know what? Maybe now I got an idea. You guys should come on together as a couple and talk about that, if you guys wouldn't mind, like having an episode about relationships. And I think we can all learn from it, you know, because a lot of people don't come back from what you guys went through, you know, like literally you guys were separated for a while, and it really did strengthen your love. And I see it. I see he's completely different. You're different. Like, it's just, you guys are in a great place, and I'm happy for you.
Thank you, sister.
I hope it just continues to grow. But
thank you.
But yeah, I mean, and we just had a spa sister day, you guys.
That was awesome.
A few weeks ago. Yeah, that was awesome, and I was happy that you took the time off. So it's like you're really being intentional about, I'm gonna work, but I'm also gonna have me days. Like, you need your you days. I've always told you that, because when you became a mom for the first time, or actually with Genevieve, Jayla, even Jordan, I would have to remind you, like, sister, get your nails done. Like, you need to, like, have time for you. And I see that you do. Like, your nails look great. Your hair looks great. You're taking care of Jacqie too.
Thank you.
So that's good.
Thank you, sister.
Yeah. And to all the mommies out there, I admire you all, because damn.
I remember you'd always tell me, like, it's important. Take care of yourself.
It's important. Yeah. Since they were little, my sisters know I was the one that make sure you shave, make sure, you know, your skincare, and
put on your sunblock.
Put on your sunblock.
Drink your water.
Everything. Yes. So I'm still that person. So anyway, sister, actually, yes, I do want you to plug in De Colores. Tell us where they can find it, where they can shop, because that's important. That's your business.
Thank you so much, sister. So right now we are strictly online at decoloresthreads.com, but we're working on having it at Jacqie Rivera Fashion in the Brea Mall, along with Chiquis' stuff, Chiquis' merch, and, you know, the Be Flawless, and then Jenica stuff. So we're trying to get all that so they can have a physical location.
Yay. I'm excited for that. I know that for all of us last year, the beginning of last year, when all this huge transition started and happened, we all were going through stuff. And I know you had this huge anxiety attack too. Like, you felt, I think it was distress maybe, or what do you think? Like, because you went to the hospital, like you were so stressed out, right?
Yeah. So it was a panic attack. I didn't know that I struggled with anxiety, but apparently I do. Jenica had said that being forgetful, it's like anxiousness. I had struggled with a lot when Mike and I were not together, but with this change, I think I put a lot of pressure on myself, and I wasn't sleeping. There was a lot of, like, decisions needed to be made, and I just wasn't sleeping. I wasn't really, like you said, the importance of taking care of ourselves. I wasn't doing the things I usually do, as in, like, making sure I'm drinking enough water. Sleeping is so important, and I don't know what happened. I remember I felt like I was, like, bleeding from the inside. So this was all mental, though. It's a mental thing. And I was like, I'm dying. And my kids were there, and everyone was freaking out. And Mike was like, I remember the look on his face. I was like, we have to go to the hospital. I think I'm dying. And I literally felt like all the blood in my body was coming out of me. There's nothing physical that could prove. There's you could look at me and I looked fine, but I felt it, like the sensation of my fingers were getting tingly and my toes were getting tingly and I was getting dizzy. And I remember Mike rushing to the hospital, and Isabel came to watch the kids, and Mike couldn't get in because they wouldn't let him into the hospital.
Yeah.
But I went into the hospital and they took my blood and everything was normal. Everything was fine. I'm healthy physically, but they're like, she hasn't slept. She's dehydrated. She had a panic attack. I thought that I was dying.
Oh my gosh.
Literally. Like it was very, very scary.
Felt very real.
Very, like I really thought I was dying. Like, and I remember I was calling you. You remember I left you a voice message?
Yeah, that was that
I was
time?
trying to call you guys to say bye to you guys because I thought I was dying.
Oh my God. Jacqueline.
Yes.
That's freaking
it
crazy.
It was insane. And then I remember they put me in a wheelchair and I was looking at the lights and I felt like if I fell asleep, I no iba a regresar. So I was fighting to stay awake so that I wouldn't die, but really my body wanted me to sleep, wanted me to rest. It was really crazy. It was very scary. But
and how's your mental health now? Are you feeling better? Do you have your days?
I feel better. I since that time, Mike really he's like, okay, like you need to sleep, like, because sometimes he'd let me just stay up, and I think that was when there was a switch. Like he kind of like really stepped in, like, okay, babe, like it's time, like let's all go to sleep, let's rest, make sure you're eating, make sure. I think because I was so busy on making sure that I was, taking care of everything I had to take care of, que no estaba comiendo. It was just, I don't know, like it was a weird, I don't know if, without saying too much about what's happening in the business, like I think it was just a really stressful time. Yeah. And I was so consumed by that. And now, it's the little changes where Mike's like, we have conversations about what's going on so that I can vent, because I felt like I had to take all the load to not stress, you guys out or him out. And even just the pressure of like, I need to make sure that I do it right. I now I know that I don't have to put that much pressure on me because I have your guys' 100%. Like I know it. Like I think before I had this misconception of like, I have to show that I'm not really working, I don't know. It's just myself. Not that anyone made me feel that way.
No,
but,
and I get that.
So now it's the little things, like not having my phone with me and not staying up too late. And it's all those little things. I feel better. There's moments where I obviously there's decisions that need to be made and just situations that happen. But I'm just going to pray and give it to God. Like me staying up isn't going to change the situation.
Yeah. Do you feel like that was your wake up call? Like where you're like, okay, I need to make changes. Okay.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And then thank goodness that Mike is there to like support you and tell you, hey, it's time to go to bed. I think, it's all about that. It's balancing your life. Maybe you were just 100%. So far the other way that it's just finding that balance. That's one thing that is so important for your mental health, for your physical health. So I'm like, of course, scared that happened. And I'm like, oh my God, it freaks me out. But in a way, I'm like, okay, that's God saying, hey, Jack, sit down for a little bit, And are you still doing therapy or like you're not right now? Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tanya?
So yes, Tanya's amazing.
Oh, we have the same therapist, guys. My sister and I.
She's amazing.
She's awesome. She's so awesome. And she ends every session with a prayer, so it just makes me feel good. So you guys, we're huge advocates for therapy. You guys know almost in every episode of Chiquis and Chill, I'm always therapy. Like it's just talking and venting and letting it out. It's so important, you guys. So
it's crazy. And I love that. I love that you're sharing that because I feel like in our generation, I feel like this generation, I don't know if we're millennials or whatever, but we're very much of like take care of those issues, those internal issues, the things that aren't seen. Yes. I feel like the previous generation, I remember mom didn't believe in like depression. Like she didn't believe in getting sad, like get up. And
she didn't.
And obviously like maybe that's what she needed to succeed. But I like to cry. I get it all out. Like it's important. So I'm grateful, and I feel like I remember like even like mom did not believe in organic. I'm just like, what the heck? You were very much like me. You were the pivotal moment of like, no, this is important, and I love it because now I'm healthy emotionally and all the areas.
Yeah, because mom was just like, let's just get shit done. No, depression's in your mind, and she didn't really get it, and I understand. It's like now it's like you said, we're about self-help and self-love and self-growth and really like trying to get this balance, the internal part in. So So I'm very proud of you. I am. That's
you,
awesome.
sister.
That, I mean, and you introduced me. Actually, my sister Jacqie introduced me to my therapist, you guys. So I had many therapists, but this last one, the one that I'm working with now, she gave me, for my birthday, was it, right? You gave me a book. She gave me a book, which took me way back to when we lived in Compton. What is it? Chicken Soup for the Soul.
Chicken Soup for the Soul.
For the soul. And 5 sessions to this therapist, Tanya. And I'm so grateful. She's so awesome. I love her so much. So
I'm glad,
thank you for that, sister, because
I'm glad. You're welcome.
I'd be telling her, I'm like, Tanya, I need to talk to you. Can you take me today? She's like, okay, yes, 5 p.m. I'm like, okay, perfect. Thank you.
I love it.
Yeah. So not only, like I said, you guys, is my sister a mother, a wife, a CEO. She's an entrepreneur. She also is a singer, a very talented singer, beautiful singer. I have been her fan since the first time I heard her sing. And also at church, she has the voice of an angel.
Thank you,
so what's going on with your music?
Well, I am working on my album. I'm working on it. I'm balancing everything I'm doing with my album, and that's more of a gift to myself, because I kind of, for some reason, I always wrote off singing. I'm not going to do this. I love it, but I'm not going to do it. I'm afraid of the business. But I think now, I made my 2 or 3 years ago, I decided, I need to do this album and just do it for myself, show myself that I could do it. And then, life threw curveballs and positions shifted and changed. But I'm like, no, I can't let that slip away. So we're almost done. I don't have a date or anything yet.
Yeah.
But I am working on it.
Awesome. Oh my God. As a fan, I'm so excited. I have to tell you guys, I didn't know she was working on an actual album, but she did show me a song. We had a sibling meeting a few weeks ago, and she showed me a song, you guys, and I was floored. I was like, what? You've always been an amazing singer, Jax, but
thank you, sister.
This is another level, and this song is so wow, one of my favorite songs. I don't know. I just cannot. I can't wait for you guys to hear it. So I'm so happy they're working on an album. You know me, sister. We're going to have an album release party.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. Okay.
Thank you, sister.
Can you give us a little hint as to what kind of music, maybe?
It's bilingual. And it's alternative, rock.
Dude, it's so fucking awesome, you guys. I can't wait for you to hear it. And people are always asking, sister, for a Chiquis and Jacqie song. And
I know, dude.
Yeah, I have an idea all the time. So we need to do it. O sea, yeah, I think
down.
The moments, va a llegar al momento perfecto, and I have a song in mind, and I'll share that with you later because it has to be a surprise. But Jacqie and I have a little surprise coming. We can't tell you how or what, but it's coming. It's already done. But we do need to do something, you and I, something super different. So
I would love that. And I just want to say thank you for believing in me, sister.
Of course.
I know that. Why am I so emotional? Estoy en mis días, I promise. I just want to say thank you for believing in me. I know that it hasn't been easy because people are so cruel and negative and have tried to put us against each other, especially on the music side.
Yeah.
And I always tell people my sister has something else. You have this grace and charisma and the stage presence, and your voice has grown. But I just want to say thank you for supporting me, and even inviting me to be part of the concert in Anaheim. That did something in me of I actually do I love this, So awesome. It's every little thing. So I just want to say thank you, and I really appreciate you
sister.
Being the best big sister and just backing me and supporting me, even when people try to be stupid.
Assholes. Yeah.
Yes.
Some people can be a-holes. But, you know, I've learned, and it's taken me a while, because for a long time I did feel oh my gosh, my sister has a better voice than me. Maybe this is what I'm supposed to do. We just have different voices. That's what I've learned. We have different voices, and I've learned to embrace my voice, and my voice is different, and I have my own light to shine, and she has her own light to shine. And it's not about competing or being better than each other or one another, or it's about just embracing each other's talents
100%.
And knowing that I have something special, and so does she, and so does my mom, and so does everyone else. And people need to stop comparing and putting people against each other. That's just so not cool. People are okay, Beyonce or Rihanna or Drake, and it's dude,
it's always that.
Always Michael Jackson or Prince. Dude, cada quien, like everyone has their own thing. Like, just stop with that. Like, and I'm not going to allow anyone's comments or anything to come between us. I embrace you completely as my baby sister.
Thank you.
As an artist, like, I admire you and I admire so many other women. Why wouldn't I admire my own sister? You know what I mean? So, que chinguen a su madre la gente negativa. Neta. Sas, pa fuera.
Thank you.
Do you remember anything embarrassing, sister, about like our childhood? Anything that you want to share? Like something, I mean, besides the time that I was running around naked, that we shared on Jenica's
I know.
podcast. But I'm trying to think. What? Oh, sister,
gosh.
Yes. I don't know if we've said this story before. Come on, tell them that you ate my poop.
Yes. I don't even remember that, but I ate her poop.
Yes, guys. Okay, so, okay, fine. I'll tell the story.
Go for it.
Okay, so we lived in Compton, and it was our house on Keene Street in Compton.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom and dad had just gotten back together. And anyways, so Jacqie, our water wasn't working. I don't know if mom forgot to pay the water bill or what happened, but the water was not working. So I woke up and I pooped. I was like 5 or something like that.
Mom told you not to poop.
Yeah, my mom told me not to poop, but hey, I'm 5 years old. I had to poop. So I got up and secretly went to the bathroom, and I remember seeing my mom and my dad on the couch, and I was just like, I'm just gonna walk real slowly. Took a little poop, went back to my room, and there goes little chismosa Jacqie. There goes Jacqie and goes after, what did my sister go do? Went to the toilet and grabbed my little poop and ate it.
Oh my god.
She literally, I was like, I remember was like, oh my god, Jacqie's not in her bed, and I was like, went to go look, you were in the toilet, on the toilet, like literally had the cerote. Sorry, that's such a bad word. Had the poop in her hand, and she was like biting on it like if it was a Snickers, you guys.
Oh, I just got grossed out. Disgusting. And then as a mom, like I put myself in that position. I'm like, with no water to clean me.
There was no. Mom was so pissed.
I would be so stressed out.
I was like, I'm sorry, I had a poop in there, but she's like, you weren't taking any care of your sister, and I'm like, oh my gosh. But anyways, that's a little story, you guys.
I swear.
I know, mom was pissed. Oh my god. Sorry, Johnny's here too. He's the one that reminded me of the poop story. But
you want to know something funny?
What?
So Genevieve has bangs. My second daughter has bangs. And it made me think of you. And they were like just all up in her face. They've grown out. So I was like, I'm just going to try to cut them. Bro, la trasquilé a la niña.
No.
And it made me think like her bangs are now above her eyebrows and they're twick. And it made me think of the time that you did that to me.
I did that to you. It's because the secret is if you're going to cut bangs, you guys, don't do it when the hair is wet.
That was terrible.
Yeah, because once so they're like all twickles?
They're twick. I'll send you a picture. They're like all messed up. One side is higher than the other. And I remember when you did that. I'm just like, okay, well, I mean, whatever.
Oh my gosh.
But she's so kind. She's so sweet. She's like, it's okay, mommy. She, like you can tell she's unhappy. But she's like, it's okay, mommy. They're going to grow out.
Oh, she's so sweet, my Jenni.
We can just straighten them.
I know.
I'm like, oh, God.
Just pin them back. That's what I did with you. I just would pin them back for a long time. But you guys, I hope you really enjoyed this episode. I definitely did. Sister, thank you for your time. I love this conversation. It was so healing for my heart. And hopefully people can listen to it and learn from us and learn from you especially. And know that we're good. You and I are very good. And we have been for a long time. And F the naysayers. F them.
Thank you, sister.
To all my Chiquis and Chill listeners, you guys know I always end my episodes with a quote, one or two, you know. So here's a quote. Sisters don't need words to understand each other. They have perfected their own secret language of smiles, sniffs, sighs, gasps, winks, and eye rolls. That's very true. Another one. The greatest gift our parents ever gave us was each other. So thank you, parents. Those are the two quotes, you guys.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you so much for being with me. And I love you, sister. And I'll see you soon.
I love you so much. I love you with all my heart.
Me too. Peace. Do you need advice on love, relationships, health, y más? I'm so excited to share with you that my Chiquis and Chill podcast will have an extra episode drop each week. I'll be answering all your questions. Just leave me a voice message con todas tus preguntas y yo te las voy a contestar personalmente. All you have to do is go to speakpipe.com/Chiquis and Chill podcast and record your questions. I can't wait to hear from you. This is a production of iHeartRadio and the My Cultura Podcast Network. Follow us on Instagram at My Cultura Podcast and follow me, Chiquis, that's CHIQUIS. For more podcasts from iHeart, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite podcast, and check us out on YouTube.